Hello and welcome back to the Tanners again. It's been a little bit of a wait for this one. If you have been waiting, of course. Probably nobody has, but hey ho. Okay, so on the way there we caught a cold. My first one in 2 years. I then passed it on to Teresa. So we had a bit of this cough going on for about 10 days out of our 3 weeks out there. And then on the way back again, we must have caught, well, it came back again whilst we were on the plane, because when we got home back in the UK, it was, like mine is doing a let one go. Yeah, sorry, train of thought this one. Yeah, we caught the cold again and a cough. So and plus the jet lag for 5-6 days, it really did not knock us sideways, that one. Wasn't expecting that, because that's the sort of longest flight we've ever done. And yeah, it was it's taken us quite a while to recover, and it's been a bit of correspondence to and fro from the Philippines, so we really haven't had a time to do a vlog yet. This one is really about the finances and how we've had a few comments and people have asked, you know, why the rush to do it. So I thought I'd just not go into detail, but I thought I'd give some people an idea of why we're doing it fairly quickly. That's what I tend to do if I decide on to doing things where it happens to be. I tend to go all in, balls deep, whichever way you want to look at it. But hey, right, here we go. So I've stopped working as from sort of the end of March, just before the end of the new tax year, due to ill health. My eyes are failing me. I can't see detail now. I'm being a painter and decorator, obviously that's quite a crucial part of the job. So I've never really had any complaints over 20 odd years, yeah, the odd one or two obviously, but in general, never had any problems. But the last few jobs, just around Christmas time, I was getting like, Dean, hi, you've missed a bit, can you come back and do that? And just my eyes aren't picking it up. So yeah, so it's to the point where, and my fatigue levels, again, I can't work as long as I used to, can't lift up the ladders, like my 3-tier ladder that I used to move around with with ease. I can't lift it up now really, and move it around like I used to. It's just time to quit really. So, excuse me, out of breath already. Quite a nice day here, and there's a little bit of sunshine at last. It's all like low 20s, I think we are. Just got used to the 30s and 40s, and now I'm struggling with the 20s again. But yeah, so I had to give up work. Teresa doesn't work because she has MS and is pretty much stuck in a wheelchair. She has brain fog, so she can't do work from home. She tried working at the post office for a few years, did that, and then the brain fog got quite bad. When obviously we're dealing with figures, she can't retain the information like she used to, so she had to give up on that. So we have now no money coming in to the house. Last March, when I got out of hospital, I had to wait till I was 55 years old, and then I could apply for an equity release plan. So I hadn't seriously thought about the Philippines or moving abroad or anything like that. It's just, we need the money. So we got the mortgage, we took out a lump sum. I'm not going to say specifics, but quite just under 6 digits. Was it? Hang on, yeah, just under 6 digits. That paid off our mortgage. So if anything happens to me in the near future, the house is then paid off. Teresa hasn't, and the kids haven't got to worry about having a house and mortgage paid, so they won't lose the house, whatever happens. They might not be able to afford to eat and drink and live, and you know, with the prices nowadays, heat the house, but at least they won't be booted out onto the street. And they could always sell it and pay the equity off and move on and get something smaller where it happens to be. So we decided on doing that. We got the money, paid off the mortgage, so we had a nice chunk of money. Then over the sort of Christmas period, this, you know, the way things are in this country and the way it's going, I don't want to live here. It's as simple as that. And I thought, I can't afford to live the next 10 years waiting for my pension on no income, or very little income coming. So I thought about moving. I looked around a few places, then somebody suggested maybe look at the Philippines. So I started chatting to this guy, did some research, looked at Thailand and Philippines, and decided really that Philippines was probably a little bit better for us. So come this December, just gone, having a think, doing some more and more research about the Philippines, sort of landed at Dumaguete, the research did. So I thought, yeah, okay, look at that, and then maybe at the end of this year, 2024, maybe we could go over there and have a look and see what we think. And then me being me, I sort of pushed it forward. Thought, well, what's the point of hanging around for 8-9 months? I've got no work coming in, I've got no money, so what do? So I'll take some chunk of the equity out, and that paid for our flights, our hotel, and paid like the months or 3 weeks while we're away. Excuse me, it's a bit grassy here. 3 weeks while we're away, and that would pay for my income coming in. So we set aside that amount, did some research, found my hotel. That was the one that got back to us very quickly, and it had all the wet room, for wheelchair friendly, and it turned out, yeah, spot on there, brilliant for us, you know, really helpful, and the room was just right. So we spent a chunk of money there. While we were away, it was about 9 grand, so it's not a cheap 3 weeks, plus paying for all our bills at home, and obviously feeding Sophie while we were away, and she could live obviously on her own for 3 weeks. Did that, excuse me, still out of breath. Not used to walking so far again. So we then went over there, obviously looked around the Dumaguete area, Valencia, which is where we thought we would end up if we did move over there. And then our realtor, or 2 realtors we were in touch with, took us around to view properties. Some very nice, some not so nice, not our cup of tea. And obviously we've got concern of Marnie, the border collie, and 2 cats to think about. So when we do move, we need a gated and walled area that Marnie can't run. The cats are going to get out whatever happens. Where are you? Well, off you go. New gimbal, by the way, so I'm not sure if it's working well or not. The other one was not that great. The only thing with this one, it's very short, so you see more of my face, I'm afraid. Not as much scenery. Yeah, back to where we were. Yeah, so we had a look around, and I fell in love with it straight away. I'm not going to say any more about that, apart from I loved it. Teresa took her time, wasn't going to be influenced by me. And we had to do, which we're going to talk about in another video very soon, is about medication. It was obviously a very important part for Teresa's MS, if she could get the correct medication while she was over there. So we'll talk about that in another video very soon. Decided, yep, we love the place. Found through the realtor, which I'm going to give her a name. It's Alma, the realtor from Dumaguete. She had, back in late January, showed me some pictures of a Palm Valley residence, and it's just literally a building site, so didn't really see much point in going there. But we'd seen a couple of places that we weren't happy with, so we decided to, while we're in that area, go down. Alma took us down. I spoke to Jim, the American developer, and his Filipino partner, Tanya, and they outlined what they're going to do. There was a perimeter wall. We could see 2 places had been sold, plus their one they brought themselves. And then went back again a few days later to have another look, and spoke to Jim again. And Alma took us around to see what's around in the neighbourhood. Dumaguete is the area we sort of plumped for, and yeah, it's very nice. I hope I haven't mispronounced that, but yeah, so it's about 30 minutes south of Dumaguete. It's its own compound, 14 plots in it, and we've spoken to Jim, and before we signed anything, he's agreed to sort of build it to Teresa spec, so there's going to be no ramps, everything's going to be flat, counters are going to be lower, higher toilet, just wheelchair friendly really, and a few things Teresa wanted, and doors all widened, corridors widened, so hopefully she won't hit every door frame going like she does in our house at the moment. Yeah, so plumped that, had a good think about it, you know, it's really what we want to do. Teresa said, yeah, it'll be a dream house, you know, we'll get everything we wanted, and the price is for all the bits we modified. It's got a swimming pool, 3 bedrooms, maid's quarters, lovely sized lounge, dining, kitchen, all open plan, so Teresa has wheelchair access everywhere once we get the electric wheelchair sorted for over there, and it's comes in about 187. So yeah, you get a lot of house for that money. Then one second, cool, I'll get rid of that. So we sort of went back to the hotel, how much it's going to cost, yeah, this, that. So our house currently sort of 500,000 onwards, roughly. Then we pay off our equity and the early cancellation fee, so we should come around about 400,000 ish, north of that, I hope, quite a bit north of that. We then for the deposit to hold the land, where this is obviously everything's risky, I know, but we've decided, yeah, we want to do this, so we had to find deposit. So I've taken one of my pensions out early, and that pays for the deposit money. This way we've gone down the wrong way. Yeah, so my deposit our deposit for the house is paid through from one of my pensions taken early. Lost my train of thought. I'm just watching the dog. Honey, wait. Good girl, wait. Yeah, right, back to that. Yeah, so it's 400,000 roughly. The house is going to cost us 180 something, but we're adding solar panels. Money, don't drink that. And a few other, like extended the eating area canopy, which is like a synthetic Caribbean thatch. But we're getting that done for the whole area, plus quarter of the pool. There's a hoist being done for Teresa, so we can get her in and out of the pool. Or she can do it herself, but with supervision. So she'll have a better quality of life out there. She can do some exercises while she's in the swimming pool, and things like that. So it's a bit of a no-brainer. So yeah, we're hoping to have sort of 400,000 plus the 30,000 I'm putting down. So by the time we've brought everything we need for the house, we should be like a couple 100,000 left in our bank account in the UK. We can put 100k of that roughly away for rainy day and interest, build interest on that. And then we've got 100k that we can move in and that to the Philippines as and when we need it for monthly living costs and things. So that should keep us going for about comfortably for 10 years. We'll still have my pension coming in, and then in 9 years time I'll Teresa's pensions, then in 10 years time 3 other pensions kick in, and we'll be comfortably off then. Roughly, I'm going to just say now, it's over £700 a week coming in through our pensions combined. So that'll be fine. So that's our basic thing. And the reason we have to do this fairly quickly, because obviously you pay interest on the equity loan. The more you've got, we're paying some off each month, but each year you leave it, it accumulates. That's why people lose their houses on it. But we don't intend to do that. So we've only had it, would have been about 1.5 years by the time we've sold the house, pay it off, so the interest won't be too bad on that. So that's why we're doing it quickly. And because I've got no income coming in, we don't want to hang around. So that's it. So currently we got back and then stripped Kelly's old bedroom, so that's now been redecorated. Done about 15 trips to the tip, and then you have to fight your way with West Sussex County Council, because they will only allow you 5 visits to the tip per calendar month per household, and I've got 30-40 trips minimum. I've done 15 already, so I had a bit of a ding dong with West Sussex County on the phone, explaining, you know, why, you know, I'm trying to move. It is time sensitive. If I do 5 moves or 5 trips a month, that's sort of about this time next year, I'll still be waiting to go to the tip. So it's either get a skip, which costs a few hundred quid, and you can't actually get that much in them, you know, and we've got bulky stuff as well, so you lose a lot of space. So the only other way around it is you go to a neighbour, hi, do you need to use the tip this month, and then get their email address and obviously their address, and then you can then book in another appointment using their details and my car registration. That's not a problem. So that's how we're getting around. So I've done a good 15 trips to the tip at the moment, and the garden's mostly sorted. So this is why we haven't done anything, because it's just, I've been doing tip run, sorting the loft out. Lots of arguments with Teresa. She's not happy at the moment because I chucked a load of her beads away in a bag. You know, it's like a few hundred quid's worth of beads, but she never used them. She can't really use them, but you know, she wants to take them. What's the point? So yeah, we've had a few ding dongs on that. She doesn't trust me or Sophie to not chuck the rest of her stuff. Yeah, so we're at that point now. I've just started doing the police report. So you need an SRRV license to go over to the Philippines and retire, and that includes Sophie as a dependent. She can then work. She doesn't need a work visa. She can just go and do some work there if she can get a job. Yeah, done that. You also had to prove that you have a pension coming in, so I've got all 5 pensions sort of sorted out. I'm just waiting for my one that's coming through now with a bit more paperwork on that, my old BAA pension. So that, when I got that, then I can email it to the group that are running our SSRV, that company. They'll sort it out for us. Police report will go with them. You need to, if you've got a proof of pension, and you do have pension coming in, you only need to then place $8,000 US into one of their nominated bank accounts. So I've got their bank details, but we won't do that until we sold the house, because we just won't have the funds to do that. So we'll have 3 things in place, and then once you get over to the Philippines, you then place, and once we sold the place, we can then put the money in the account, not a problem. And then once you're over there, you have to get medical done, a couple of other things, and then obviously sort the driving license out, which could take up to 90 days apparently. So that's in hand, and that's what I can think about at the moment. So it's really just going through the process at the moment. And the next 2 things we've really got to try and get our heads around is getting Marnie and the 2 cats out there. I haven't done an awful lot of research yet because of other things on my mind, and also the freighting of a little bit of furniture. We want our settee to go over there because it's nice and it's cool in the summer, warm in the winter, so it's just a nice material. So, and it's fairly new, 6-7 years old, well, really new, but look, you know, it's good as new still, and it's electric, and it's a lot of money, so we want to take that. TV stand, because I haven't seen anything like that over there, and just Teresa's BTS collection, pictures and CDs and such things, then a couple of guitars, my 2 PCs, monitors and all the bits that go with that. That's about it really. So, and you get a freight container worth up to $7,000 US. I don't understand whether that's by volume or weight or both, so we've got to find that out. But yeah, so that was it really. A bit about finances. This is why we're doing it fairly quick. So I'm hoping to get the house decorated in the next 4 weeks, get it on the market. I've got the only not an inconvenience. I can't wait to do this. This is a bike tour I've got with two friends, Tim and Paul. We're going around Spain, sort of mid to the end, for just over 2 weeks, I think it is, from mid-September to the end of September. So that's sort of right, could be right in the middle of it, because our property across the road from us sold in 5 days. So yeah, I mean, it could happen a lot quicker than we thought, or it could be months. We just don't know, obviously. So if we end up being up and going before sort of like August, early September, then I'd probably have to fly over there once Alma sorted a rental for us for a year while our house is being built. Because that's another part which I've totally forgot about, sorry, is once we pay the deposit, they hold the plot for us. We then, when we fly out there, Alma would have found us hopefully a rental place for a year, and then we give him the first stage of the build money, and then that takes about 8 months for the build to be completed, and then you pay in stages. So you give them, like, say 20-30 grand. Then schedule number 2 is you pay another, I think when they get to a certain level of the build, you give them some more money, and so on and so on. Then you pay the last 10-15% off right at the end when you're happy with everything. So we could be out there in August, September, October, November. I really want to be there before December. That's my plan, because obviously the more I've taken a lump of equity out again to live on, really, because I've got no salary coming in now, so that money's got to last us to the end of the year. I've budgeted with the decorating. I've got to sell 3 cars. None of them are worth money. A couple of grand here and there. One I'm just going to give away because it's not really worth it. And then I've got a motorbike which is worth a few grand. So that'll help nicely with the move. Yeah, so that's it really. That's just a slight catch up to see why we've been a little bit slow in doing vlogs, and if there's anybody actually watches them. It'd be nice to hear from you. Yeah, please leave comments. Nothing about, oh, trusted Filipino, we've been through all this, we're happy and trust. Oh, well, I'll tell you, it's Alma is our trusted thing. She has something to lose. If we decide to pull out, she would be stuck with paying the taxes on the land that apparently she sold us. Yeah, so if she sold it to us and we don't actually buy it, then she's stuck with it, so she would have to pay the yearly taxes on it, or until she sold it. But we've actually not paid any money yet on it, so no money's exchanged hands. We could pull out now, but we don't want to. We feel it's the right move for us. You've got to trust somebody somewhere, and we feel we've found the right people. We've done it all through solicitors, through lawyers. So, and you know, from what I understand of the law, we're all good. Okay, well, thank you for watching. It's probably been a bit of a labour of love, this, isn't it? Right, Marnie, come. Yeah, so I'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.